limit so you could really feel my heart. System built for us to fail, but somehow we all prevail. By the time I was 17, man, I thought I'd be in jail. Cause we moved out to the burbs and still get cuffed up in a cell. Most are blind to this world, but this world, I see it well.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. straight ahead. A clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it should be a great one, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And this will not be returned. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. They run it again with Cook. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
First down, here's the run with Cook. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from the Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. So no gain on the play. Headed 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him. The mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards. Just the third quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
10 at the 27-yard line.
Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Chiefs' 29-yard line.
Alert! Alert! We go.
Here's Allen to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Middle. Sub. We go.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
41-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 56 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Allen going to change this at the line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Allen going to run with it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 60 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook from 17 yards out. And the Bills have retaken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. Trice. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Attack, attack! Yellow! Go on, 80! Hey, dribble it, dribble it!
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Down to about the 37.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
Yellow! Let's go, rule, 80!
Mahomes now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Terron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
At their own 5-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This is 2nd and 8.
Regular.
Cook on the toss left. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Couldn't get the edge there. Wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
56.
Allen going to throw. He's got a man complete. Look at the big man rumble. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 80 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cook again. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they're able to add on to their advantage. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now here's Mahomes. He'll try to pick it up himself. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, 31 yards. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. They'll start on the ground here on first down. There he goes again. Inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chiefs 14. Wishnowski set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. This will be caught by Brown. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Back to throw. Hill. He'll try and do this himself. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Wishnowski set to kick off.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. Now Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Brown. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. Mahomes to throw once more. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had to read, figured out where the blitz was coming.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are back within a score. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. But, Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Allen going to change it up. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
47-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. From midfield, here's Allen. Allen going to run with it. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Off partner just a second earlier, and they might have had it because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop it behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
56.
Cook up the gut. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It was Bryant Cook who made the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the gun, it's Allen. And Cooks has it over the middle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Allen going to go on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Allen going to audible to a different look. Again, this is Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
What an advantage having a lead guy to build a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Middle.
Here's Allen. He'll try and do this himself. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
It's 4th down.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A field goal would tie the game. A touchdown, of course, gives them the lead. Boy, the drama intensifying on every single play with a Super Bowl berth on the line. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7.
He's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 7-yard line.
Again, it's Pacheco. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Through the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 91 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here now in the 4th quarter of this championship game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Bills 24. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Here's 1st and 10. And now they'll shift things around.
Fifty-six. 5 wide. Done. It's out.
Play action. Now it's Allen. The RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Here comes 2nd down.
Hey, tight.
To the air, Allen. That's caught by Palmer. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Super Bowl aspirations on the line. A critical one here. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And the Bills' 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. That is caught by Shakir. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
1st and 10 at the 37.
Throwing, Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Hey, hold on.
To throw is Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Khalil Shakir, 36 yards. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Bills 31, Chiefs 28. Set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. This is 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And he gets this to Thornton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
That's complete, left side to Worthy.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Brown 80. Post. Monday.
Allen. Into the hands of Cooks.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Half 85. 319. Middle. Alert.
Now Allen. Now he's going to step up and run. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's first down.
Alert! Alert!
Allen. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Off 52. Take. Gun. Half. Alert!
Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Hey, home.
Now Allen. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.